Hi guys, it is Miss Brown here. This is the recording for the lesson on either Wednesday or Thursday, week of May 11th. So I'm going to walk you through this lesson if you were unable to attend our Zoom class. Hopefully you will be able to though, because this is very interactive and we've had some pretty good discussions on Monday or Tuesday, and I think today will be good to be able to interact with your peers. So we're going to do a little bit of writing and a little bit of talking so that everyone has a chance to participate however they feel comfortable. So we're still looking at the question, should America turn the page and allow prisoners or convicted felons to vote? This is part 2. What you're going to do today is you are going to answer the question, should America turn the page and allow prisoners to vote? And then you are going to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. You're either going to agree with them, you can disagree with them, or you can ask to hear more or a further explanation for clarification purposes. In order to do this lesson, you need to have watched this video. The link is here. We watched this together and took notes on it as a class. So if you need to do that on your own, you should do that now. We also read this article, which is an article that's broken up into 2 pieces. It's actually right here. And it has both sides of the issue. So it has a side that's saying, yes, we should allow people who are in prison for serious crimes to vote. And then it has an argument for the other side of why we should not allow people who are in jail or who have been convicted of a felony to vote. And then you should have filled out the graphic organizer to help organize your thoughts and to prove that you've looked at and considered both sides, which was on slides 8 and 9 of the last lesson 1 of this week. So you should have 3 pieces of evidence here and 3 pieces of evidence here. Again, these are for both sides of the argument. So what you're going to do today is, I'm just going to use 1, 2, 5 as an example. Here's the question. The format's a little bit different. So if you open this, you are going to use the Newsela article from Monday's lesson and the video and your graphic organizer from the PowerPoint of lesson 1 and answer the following question. Should America turn the page and allow prisoners to vote? Your answer, I think there should be a space up here for you to complete your answer. My view looks a little bit different than yours. You should use the sentence starters on slide 4, which is right here, to help write your answer. So this is what slide 4 looks like. You should use most of these sentence starters to help you. So I should not be getting answers that are 2 sentences long. So felons should or should not be allowed to vote because. If you want to change your version of this or change the language of this, that's totally fine. But I should have at least 5 sentences in your answer. Then you would go to start, felons should or should not be allowed to vote because, and you give me your main reason. Then you're going to say in the article it's stated, and I want a direct quote from the text which you gathered in your last PowerPoint. This shows, and you explain what the evidence proves. If you want to include another reason, you would include another reason, and then the author writes. Then I want you to include here an argument from the other side. Some people might argue that, and you include an argument from another side. This is a weak argument because, and then I want you to tell me or tell the audience why it's a bad argument. Then you include your conclusion sentence. Clearly, if felons have or do not have the right to vote, explain a reason, a good thing that will happen as a result of that, okay? Or you can restate your claim. So that's the first part. You should have at least 5 sentences here. Okay, we'll do that as a class. Then what you're going to do is you are going to, after you answer the question, there's going to be a little tab or a little area that says see your classmates' answers. Once you see your classmates' answers, you'll only be able to see them after you've answered the question. Once you see your classmates' answers, then I'm going to ask you to respond to at least 2 of them. Sentence starters for responding to your classmates. I highlighted green if you agree with what someone says. And by the way, I just put my name in here. I want you to respond with your classmate's first name or their last name, Miss or Mr. You could say, Miss Brown, I think this is a really good point because, and then you could explain why you think their point was a good one. Miss Brown, you raised some interesting points that I didn't consider. I never thought about the fact that, and you can restate what they said. Miss Brown, great point about blah, 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 blah. If you want to add on to something they said or even make their argument even stronger if you agree with them. Miss Brown, your point about, you would summarize what they said, is very persuasive because. If you are disagreeing, that's also totally fine, and this is generally where things get really interesting. Miss Brown, comma, I understand your point about, you restate what they said, but have you ever thought about this, right? Or you could ask them a question. Miss Brown, although your point about, you restate what they said, is well thought out. However, I believe that if we, and then you put in your point. If you are neutral or you want to hear more about what they're saying, I highlighted these in blue. Miss Brown, have you ever considered this? So if you want to kind of ask them a question. Miss Brown, can you explain your thinking about blah, 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 blah a little bit more? I'm curious to hear or read your thoughts. So you have 3 different options here. You can agree with your classmates, you can disagree with your classmates, or you can remain neutral, ask to hear more, but you have to prove that you are thinking and you understood what they thought. Okay, so there are 2 parts to this assignment. These graphic organizers here are what you did on either Monday or Tuesday, and they should be used when you are responding to this work, okay? So like I said, there are 2 parts. Just to keep it simple, you answer the question using this slide, slide 4, and then you respond to at least 2 of your classmates by clicking View Classmates Answers, and you use this slide to respond to your classmates. You can pick an agreeing sentence stem, a disagreeing sentence stem, or a neutral one. If you have something else you want to say, as long as it shows that you put a lot of thought into it, it's not a short fragment, then I'm fine with that. But this is just, these are just things to help you kind of develop more meaty responses, okay? I will see everything. So after you are done, please, 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 please click. Let me just write this here. When you are finished, I'm going to make this big. Click. Don't forget to click turn in. I'm spending a lot of time going back and looking for people's work that I know were there and I know did the work, but they didn't hit submit. I'm going to stop doing that soon because it's taking a lot of my time. So please, 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 please don't forget to click turn in when you are done. All right. I will probably enter some people into Caught Being Awesome. For people who either responded to more than one person, people who I want to focus really on how you're responding to other kids, because I think that that's the most interesting piece of it. It gets you guys interacting. It makes it a little bit more interesting and engaging. So I will enter you into Caught Being Awesome if I feel like someone really has gone above and beyond. All right. Thanks, guys. One last thing. Don't forget, email me. You can message me on Google Hangouts, or you can come to Flex Hours or the Flex Block, which is on Thursday at 1:50. Just feel free to stop by if you need some extra help. All right, thanks.